Yeah, let's unpack that further. So let's give some practical advice to the audience out there and get them maybe to think about themselves and where they want to be. How does someone take those first steps, and how do they build the momentum, the flywheel, whatever you want to call it? So any advice you've got there about exactly what you just said: start small, get the fundamentals right, and then build.
Right. And the fundamentals that I'm going to mention here don't necessarily have anything to do with business or leadership. They're just life skills, right? So how well are you sleeping? What are you doing for nutrition? What is your movement? Do you have a regular written daily practice of gratitude? One of the single biggest things that I've ever found in my entire life that moves the needle on a positive trajectory is having a regular written practice of gratitude daily. Are you doing something to be mindful? Is it prayer? Is it meditation? Again, different strokes for different folks. But if you have those core fundamentals, it's hard to have a bad day. If you have, it's not impossible, but then it's really hard to have two in a row. If you're sleeping well, eating, moving, you're moving your body, you're grateful for what you have, and you have a practice of some brand of wellness or mindfulness, it's hard to have two bad days in a row. Again, not impossible, but that's what Jeff thinks about the core fundamentals.
So what is the next step, right? So let's say the audience out there have taken your advice here, Jeff, and they've put some fundamentals in place. How do they take the next step up?
I'll use the other element of my system, which is the one-page plan for life. So another adaptation that I've taken from business. So I was really fortunate the last probably 15 years of my career to work in a system where we worked off of a one-page strategic plan for our business. And again, I took just a direct lift off of this model. And I said to myself, like, and this is how it worked, Mick, I'd find myself like at the office at, 6:30 in the evening in March, right? It's the end of the quarter. And I'm there, burning the proverbial midnight oil, trying to get some initiative or some goal across the finish line, because I was going to that leadership retreat and I needed to report out on our metrics, our results. And I went back and I asked myself, I'm like, why am I not doing this in my personal life? Like, why am I not pouring it on down at the gym? If I just did my day of Zen and I found that I was up 5 pounds, which, doesn't have to be the end of the world, but is it because, I'm not going to be reporting out to a leadership team or a board of directors on, my own personal KPIs? Like, hey, honey, let me show you how much I weigh, right? And maybe if I was, that it would mean something different to me. So I took all the elements from the one-page plan that we were using in business, and it really helped me define, like, even though I had a pretty good notion of like what the purpose of my life was, just intuitively, when I put it on paper, it crystallized for me, Mick. I'm like, this is why I feel like God put me on this planet to do what I'm doing right now, which is take all these experiences and help people find a better way, right? And so the one-page plan has your core values, for an organization. I put my core values on a piece of paper, and it guides what I do every day, my decision making. And I've had some big decisions as I've wrapped up my corporate life and I've moved into coaching. I've been faced, the old analogy, when some doors close, other doors open. And I've had those kind of doors open and opportunities that were outside of what you hear me talking about right now. But it was my guiding purpose and my mission that said, well, that's a wonderful opportunity, but that doesn't work for where I'm heading in my life. So core values leads to core competencies. So what are you good at, and like, what do you want to do, right? And then so if you can start marrying up your core values and your core competencies, and you coalesce that around your purpose. And then the last part of the strategic plan is all about goals and metrics. And again, it runs just like a business, right? So my body fat percentage is on my one-page plan for my life, right? How much money do I want to put in a 401k? How much income? Those type of metrics. And then, of course, goals.
Hey everyone, it's Mick Spiers from the Leadership Project, where we empower leaders with the knowledge and skills that they need to create amazing teams and amazing workspaces. If you're enjoying our content, please do remember to hit like, subscribe, and that little notification bell so that you can be notified of all of our future videos. In the meantime, please do take care, look out for each other, and join us on this journey as we learn together and lead together.